Hi guys, so now we're going to talk shortly about green screens. Now green screen is a very versatile thing if you want to sort of make your videos as flexible as possible in terms of adding information, replacing the background, adjusting the size of the subject, and adding special effects. Okay, so we're going to go quickly into how you can replace the backgrounds, replace the green background in your image really quickly. Now, of course, to preface this, you need to shoot all your images with a green background. Also, another possibility is to shoot this with another color that you can shoot this is with a blue background. So the industry standard is either green or blue. Okay, so let's go straight into replacing the background really quick. Now, in order to do this, it's quite simple. So the objective is to make what looks like this right now into something that looks like this. Okay, so if you understand the concept of Photoshop, you will understand the concept of layers really easily. So right now, I'm just going to delete this and make it easier for you to understand. Okay, remove the key here. Okay, so this is pretty much the default, right? The default look of the image if you did not key out anything. So the easiest way for you to key it out, all you need to do is go to the effects panel, right, which is located right here. Look under effects and click on all, and make sure you search a few keywords like chroma or key. Otherwise, you'll have to go to individual categories and look into the keyer function. So in this way, I'm going to look chroma. Okay, it's not this one. Then I'm going to look for key. So keyer would be the one. All right. So I'm going to drag and drop keyer, and you will see now immediately it will pick out the green and replace everything there. Okay. So now my background is basically everything. It's transparent. So you can replace it with anything you want. So I want to replace it with something that is very simple. You can replace it with information, a picture, another image of the same person. It's quite endless, the possibility that you can do with green screen. But right now, I'm just going to go simple, replace it with a white background. So to do that, I'm just going to go to the generator panel and look for something white. Okay, so there you go. This is a white background. And I'm going to put it right underneath the clip and drag it throughout the duration of this clip right here. I'm just going to enlarge it a little bit to make our lives a little bit easier. And this is what it looks like. Right now, I have the white background replacing everything that's green. Okay, so what it looks like here is pretty good. Okay, but you want to make sure that the devil's in the details in this case, right? So you want to make sure that everything looks clean when it comes to certain areas of the screen. So you look at the edges, for example, you can just toggle up and okay, especially on the hair.
Awkward silence.
That's where you want things to clean up a little bit. So to adjust your keyer, what you can do is click on your main footage, right? Go to your keyer, go to the inspector panel and look for the keyer box right here. Okay, so if you've added in any effects, remember it will always be in the inspector panel. So go into the keyer box and adjust the strength of the keyer, whether you want it to be a little bit, full. Usually we keep it to the maximum. But the key area for you to adjust here is basically when it comes to edge distancing and as well as spill level, things like that. Okay, how much you want the color to spill over. So usually here's where you do the fine tuning. So I can go back to default. And I'm going to see if there's any edge distancing that I want to increase. So here is where you should increase or decrease to make your key a little bit more, to fine tune your key a little bit more, especially when it comes to the edges, like around the shoulders or near the hair, areas like that. Okay, so I'm just going to increase edge distance a little bit. Okay, it seems to be a pretty nice clean key here. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Go back to my normal view and see if I'm happy with this.
Not quite the same when doing it online, isn't it? Awkward silences, your mic is not working.
So it seems okay for my standards at least. So now what I want to do is apply the same key to the entire all the footage. So what I can do is, now this is a trick that you can apply in other things as well, like effects, color corrections, but I'm just going to show it on the key area. So I'm just going to choose the remaining of the clip. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click Command Copy or Command C. Okay, what it's going to do is it's going to copy all the attributes, all the effects that are applied on this particular clip that I've chosen, and then basically pasting it on the rest. So I'm just going to select the rest of the clips. Okay, and here I'm just going to go to Edit. Okay, you can find Edit at the top left of your computer, and then choose Paste Attributes. And then from there, you can choose the attributes that you want to apply to all of the remaining clips. Now in this case, I want to apply the second keyer. Okay, everything else remains the same, and paste. There you go. So now every single clip has been keyed out, and what you want to do is drag the entire background to cover the entire duration of your video. Okay, so from there your keying is basically complete. You've done the key, so now you can make minor adjustments, add more effects to your background. The possibility is endless as far as I'm concerned.
And see if they all fit an online delivery medium.
So there you go. That's a simple way for you to do key. Now, one more thing that you can do after you've keyed your subject is to think of ways if you want to resize your subject a little bit more. So for example, right now, I can just choose a random clip here. Okay, so let's say I want myself to be a little bit smaller in the frame, and I want to fill the background with a little bit more information. I can do that by simply going to the clip, and now I can just resize myself and scale myself down. Okay, maybe bring myself to the edge here. Okay, this does not look very good, but for the sake of the demo, this is just what I'm going to do. All right, so scale myself down, and that's basically what I look like.
Nice session,
right?
Yours truly will be the first to admit that.
Conversely, I can also scale myself to look a little bit bigger. Again, it's quite simple. Go back to the inspector panel, scale yourself up, right? And maybe do a sort of like a news reporting size and see how it looks.
Casually, anyone walking off the session whilst they're still online. Keep talking for 180 minutes.
Now, of course, when you're going to resize something, make sure that your resolution the resolution of your raw footage actually works, to make sure that you're not sort of zooming in and losing all the sharpness of the entire frame. Okay, so that's pretty much a short version of what you can do with Keyer. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next chapter.